Sagittarius. Hey Saggies, welcome. It's me, Parker. This is your reading from October 5th or 8th, sorry, to the 21st. So there's a lot going on with the readings this week, and it's really exciting. First off, sorry that the messages are kind of late getting out. I was away for a couple weeks, and then I had some health stuff that popped up that was like, I need to deal with this immediately. So, little hiccup, but that's okay. They'll be caught up on the next round of readings. With that being said, so we are heading into eclipse season. Eclipses are big energetic shifts. They go from like 6 months out. So we're just heading into that season now. What I'm seeing is grounding of possibilities. There is a massive energetic shift coming in with this solar eclipse and new moon in Libra on October 14th. It's really good. We can utilize this energy to open up a whole new realm of opportunities and possibilities for ourselves. That's what's coming in. And it makes sense when you think about it. Libra is, the sign of relationships and stuff, right? Interconnectedness. Feels really good. It looks really good. So I think that's all for now. Let's get into the reading. The mythic to start. Let's see what wants to come out for Saggies. I'm excited though. This is like intense period of time. It sounds really lame, like the Aladdin song. Sorry about the noises upstairs. That like a whole new world, like that song. It's like that, but in ways that like we didn't see or realize were possible before. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention. Thank you. There is something about this cycle of energy that we're heading into that is really integral to Leo season. It's coming up strongly, so I'll just throw that out there, especially if you have Leo placements. But in terms of like timeline shifting, like heading into new energies, something about Leo season. So we're talking like July, July, end of July, beginning of August. Something about that season is integral to this. Whether that has to do with the Lionsgate portal, I'm not sure. Like 0808, I'm not sure. I don't know much about that, so I don't like to speak on it because I haven't really worked with that energy much. But in terms of referencing timelines, that is important. Seems to be coming up. So let's jump in. Here's that Leo energy again. Leo. Very fascinating. So, Saggies, we'll do 2 more shuffles. What's coming in with this eclipse? King of Wands. There you are, Saggy. Sagittarius. Page of Cups. I don't know why I just got called to another deck, so I'm going to lead with that one instead. We'll still use the Mythic, but this one feels right to lead with. It was calling out, which is weird. These are like my old decks. Yeah, gifted to me a long time ago, so let's see what's up. Saggies. Ooh, jeez. Sagittarius. 2 more shuffles. That Wheel of Fortune energy is coming in for everybody. Saggies. You guys might be dealing with like racing thoughts at this time as this energy moves in. I'm feeling super ungrounded and like there's a million thoughts jumping into my mind all of a sudden, feeling kind of scatterbrained. Focus. Saggies. You might have a lot of distractions or things picking at you, coming at you from all different directions. Sagittarius, the Hierophant, Justice. The Hierophant, I call it the card of old things. That's a Pope there. It's very ingrained, intrinsic to who you are, like your morals, your standards, your belief systems, like religion. It's the patriarchy. Old things. It's established. What's the word? Not structured, but kind of anything else. You guys might be feeling an intense need to break away under this energy. Personal freedom is really coming through in the readings. For fire signs, I'm seeing a challenging of this energy. But you are a particularly free, impulsive sign. You might be feeling this challenge to the doctrine more than most. Saggies, that's too many. Can we keep it to just 2 or 3, please? Page of Swords. The would you just look at it card. It's the card of looking, seeing, spying. I just heard believing. That's kind of cheesy and funny, but he's assessing this doctrine or this belief system, whether that's your personal beliefs or an actual institution around you. Taking a big fat look at it. 5 of Cups. Interesting. This is hitting at the core of your foundations. I did see a similar message to this for, I think it was Gemini. Your opposite sign, actually. This 8 of Wands is coming through with this Libran energy. It's the lightning strike. This energy is coming down and it's getting grounded and expanding. There's Libra Empress energy right there. This is the eclipse, the new moon and eclipse energy, just making itself known. So something in this reading is painful. There's a sense of loss or grief or sadness about it. I want to look at what this is. Maybe it's just not sitting right in your soul. And it's related to this. But somebody is... I just heard beholden to this, but they're becoming aware of the power it has over them or how ingrained it really is in their existence. Show me the 5 of Cups for Sagittarius. Sorry for noise, guys. Five of Cups for Saggies. What is this 5 of Cups showing? The moon. Someone can have a moon in Taurus placement. 5 of Cups. I'm getting an interesting message about the difference between being actually cared for and nurtured. with that Venusian, very nurturing Empress energy, that is being truly cared for on a deeper level, like nurtured, like emotionally, or, you know, like this kind of energy is like the system in a sense. Like, it's like, you know, I'll take care of you. And then this is like, I will nurture you. There's a difference. It's one thing to just have a house and another to have a home. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Like nurturance, being taken care of on all levels. 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords. This is change. 5s are chaotic energy, but they're an energy of change. This person is being chastised here for something they said, something they did, a battle that they shouldn't have picked, but they picked it anyway, and, you know, were relentless about it. They're being chastised. There's your major there. This looks like karma. This looks like there were very real consequences for someone's words or actions that hurt someone else, and it changed their situation, their dynamic. Something about that. I'm getting like a karmic vibe off of this. But there is a softness coming in too. Usually I get that they're like, with the being chastised, Spirit's disappointed, and yes, that's there, but this is more like, okay, we need to sort this out. See what you did here, and this person's like, oh shit. Right? And then Spirit's kind of like handling it, touching it, right? I don't want to say taking over, but with that karmic energy, it kind of a little bit feels that way. I don't think that this person, like, intentionally... Yes, the 5 of Swords can be very intentional and manipulative a little bit, but... Spirits, like, you ought not to have. And they're like, oh... they're kind of, like, in shock, like, oh... Yeah. And... with this, so there's a vibe of being nurtured with this Spirit handling it or stepping in here. The nurturing aspect, the softness that's coming in with this, and Temperance is very lovely energy. It's balance and healing, tempering the situation, right? There's a nurture versus nature kind of vibe, but there's also this energy of, like, with this indoctrination in this institution, or this, like, you ought not to have. This is an energy of, like, somebody doing what they think is right, or what's, like, right by their morals or their beliefs. Heavily indoctrinated is, like, that's all they know. That's, like, how they move, right? I think somebody might be looking at that and going, oh, was that wrong? Is it wrong to react this way? Is it wrong to handle things the way I've been handling them? I want to pull from the romance angels about this 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords. I don't know why. It's not romantic. This is nothing about this is saying romance. Yeah, someone's in a defensive stance here. No, someone's not guarding or defending this way of being anymore. They're starting to become aware of the fact that something about this needs to change. Their instinct or their they're realizing there's a level of indoctrination there. This is like being very defensive, like doing battle with people, with standing up for what you believe and defending that so hardcore, right? And then underneath that we have the world, that's coming to an end. That staunch defense and fire confidence in how they handle situations, how they treat people, or just how they operate. That's a better word of it. Okay, so somebody's dropping their defenses. This is funny. I keep cutting to this Two of Wands. Yeah, the Tower. They're looking in this deck. That's the Hierophant in this deck. There's two ways to walk here. They're realizing that they have to change or stop defending. It could also be like something about this way this person operates. They find themselves having, or it's been called into question, or it's caused a level of grief, or there's been a level of karma, or just something that made them realize, oh, I might need to evaluate this, or maybe this isn't the right way to handle things in my life. And so that's the Tower, right? And then they're assessing, they're looking at the Hierophant. It's the same energy. With the Two of Wands, it's a split in the path. We can walk this way and keep doing the same, keep operating this under the same license, or we can go away from the Hierophant and stop defending that. Move on from it. Yeah, so I'll just pull a romance angel for this Five of Swords, Five of Cups energy. Someone is assessing their doctrine here. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Caution, caution, caution. Somebody's becoming wise to this. Show me the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. Temperance. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. The effect of this behavior on others, I'm reading it two ways. It's real. It has negatively affected someone, and someone's starting to understand the consequences of their actions. And then for others that are starting to get a curiosity or starting to become wise to questioning this way of being, or this could be an institution as well, or something very established. Those feelings are real. Like, there's a reason that they're starting to question these things. Because it needs to shift. They need to stop being defensive of it, right? Like, in terms of, like, no, those feelings are real. You need to explore those feelings instead of being like, nope, this is who I am. This is how I act. This is how I operate. It's right. It's right. It's what's right. Because I say it is, right? Needing to follow that feeling on that. Anything else about this Five of Swords and Five of Cups? Anything else from this deck or not? Yeah, this one did want to pop out. Someone from your past is returning to your life. That's interesting. This could be someone else. This could be someone else that acts this way. And is coming around, or you're having to deal with them again, and you're the one looking at them, and maybe you're the one kind of assisting with setting this straight. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, and your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. That's interesting. Free yourself. It's time to take back control. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal, you experience more love in your present moments. So for some of you, this is someone else, and there's like actual religion at play. That's literally the Pope. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yes, this is a big lesson. If this is another person and not just someone being like, I might need to adjust. I mean, even in that scenario, there's another person clearly that was hurt by all this, right? But that's like more central, like in terms of like, I need to take a look at my morals here, my beliefs. That person, of course, soulmates are part of our path, right? There's lessons to be learned with soulmates. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I'm not getting a romance vibe off this at all, to be honest. Of course, it could be a lover, but I'm not getting romance off that. I'm getting a soul lesson, a life lesson, a serious shedding, and that free yourself of this doctrine of being. Religious factors, that's funny. Okay, so someone from your past is returning to your life too. Again, if that's all just within one person, that's like yourself from your past. If someone is heavily established in who they are and they're unchanging in that, then yes, they're like not growing. They're just constantly moving through the ways that they have always handled things, or like they're the past version of themselves is always present. It's always the same. It's always just who they are, right? Show me the Hierophant. 20 minutes. King of Pentacles, that's some serious Taurus vibes. You know, we talked a lot about this. We're already at 22 minutes. I want to look at this page. The Tower might come out because I feel like this was kicked off by something. But we'll see what actually comes out. This is the, like, the realization or the looking at it. The feelings that are worth exploring. Fours. Someone's uncomfortable with change, I think. They're comfortable with these established, unchanging things, or doing things by a certain code or operation. Yeah. Show me the Page of Swords for Sagittarius, please. Okay. Five of Wands, conflicted. Yeah. So again, with the fire signs, the theme that I'm seeing with this eclipse energy in these readings in particular is kind of a sense of being intentional with the path that you're walking, or, you know, becoming aware of these things. Again, those feelings are real and worth exploring, choosing to do that. There is a choice at hand here. Two of Pentacles, right? That Two of Wands, go back to the way things always were, or explore these feelings outside the cave. One has to be dropped in order to seize something new, learn the life lesson, move on, and have growth. Five of Wands and the Emperor, yeah. Conflicted. The Emperor rules an empire, right? This to me is exactly that, because the main underlying energy is this softer, nurturing Empress, right? Operating from that place more. And then this is like strong authority, what I say goes, I'm in control. That nurture versus nature kind of thing, like that masculine versus feminine energy. And soulmate, talking about soulmate, that's the masculine and the feminine right there, right? This could be another person, but this is authoritative. And there's conflict happening between the two. Whether that's two people or that's just the inner, right? Emperor and Empress in conflict in terms of this control, this operation that they're running here. So weird. I almost said the feelings, the way that the Emperor, or the energy is like coming through that way. Anything else about this Ace of Pentacles for Saggies? Anything else? Keep an open mind. Ah, that is so funny. Oh my gosh, Spirit. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm gonna get one more and then we'll talk about this and end the reading. Funny. This definitely could be a partnership. Although we're reading from Romance Angels, so I'm not sticking to that context where it's not warranted, but this could be the one you've met, the partner you seek. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Interesting. That control, that indoctrination that's being done away with here, right? Interesting. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Again, that can be the self, the relationship with the self, exploring those feelings within the deception, right? Getting to know the true self and nurturing oneself. That's also allowing to be nurtured. Definitely could be two people, but I see this more as of a way of being, right? This is a journey, right? Yeah, I'm not taking that so much as love, although it could be. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. So that one made me laugh because it's like, keep an open mind. Your soulmate, so your soul, right, may differ from its usual types. If this is two people, they're on a totally different wavelength in terms of like how they express themselves emotionally, how they operate, right? There may be a difference in one person may be very religious, one person might be very spiritual. But in terms of differing from your usual types and expectations, that is the personal journey of like breaking away from that operation, right? Not defending that anymore. It's different. It's a whole new way of being. So, Saggies, I'm gonna leave it at that. Until we meet again, take care.